Hello and welcome. So I am going to take a look at the Times Cryptic crossword, and this is being published on Tuesday the 19th of August 2025. We don't get any setter information. I'm not sure how easy it's going to be. I'm going to give it about 45 minutes and then see where I'm at, and either if I'm close to finishing I'll crack on a bit further, or hopefully I'll be finished by then. That's really what I want, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to reset the timer and crack on. Dodgy dealer putting note on Maserati. Well, you'd have thought it was a car for a car. Maserati. Dodgy dealer could be anagram dealer. Car. Don't know. Actually, can't be car because Maserati isn't an example of one of these, is it? I think. Bill going around church. Lot. Bill is an ad going around church. Is CE. Lot. CH. Bill account ac lot. Not sure about that either. Right, on to one wrongly taking stone imprisoned by his majesty. One wrongly taking stone would suggest it's an ST. His majesty is HM. Where do I get the rest? Or is it an anagram of stone? H. Let's put. Or is it King Charles? KC. One wrongly imprisoned. One wrongly taking is a thief. That isn't going to work. Don't think it's a hidden word. Okay. Island hunter stalking soldiers. Island hunter stalking soldiers. You think that's GIs or oars? Is it Orkneys? Hunter Canese. No. Go round in tutu. Go round in tutu. It's not going to be Desmond, is it? Go round. Gradually acquire qualifications, you say. By degrees, I think. Material at one time mainly found in Greek island. At one time is once. Greek islands, Kos, Crete. Crete feels like the most likely. Crete. Crepe, Crete. Roads. Material concrete. It's that one again. We see that quite often, don't we? Concrete. Is that once? On. At one time. Onk. Mainly. Yeah, concrete. Excuse me. Note, motorway sign, briefly coming back. Is that an omen? Nemo. Note. And it looks like it needs to get to a note, which would be something like, well, if motorway sign is coming back, then that'd be an M, wouldn't it? Sign coming back briefly. Omen. Memo, I think, is the answer there. Nobody moving east for such bright lights. Nobody is. No one. Nobody moving east. I wonder if that means a word for nobody with an E in it, but taking it, moving it across. Nobody. Rest. Others. Poignant. Dropping leader's case. Poignant is nostalgic, president, resident, poignant, pathos, pathos, I don't know. Spooner saying delay right winger. It seems unlikely. Delay, deter, right winger, Tory. Tory, let's put Tory in there. Story, could it be a Tory story or something? It seems unlikely. Odds off, or even chance. Tory. I can't see what other right winger can be really. Vice Admiral departs Harrow. Okay. I assume that's Vice, isn't it? Harrow. Well, Vice is a sin. Is it a hidden word? Is it Admiral departs? Harrow. Harrow's borough. Is it a public school? Harrow? Yeah, I think so. Don't know what to do with Harrow really. In that respect. Vice, greed. I've got greed. Agreed. Harrow. Storeroom, say, involved in case of burglary. Yeah, I thought it was a BY then. Storeroom is a say involved bursary. Bursary in case. I mean, if it's going to be an IN, although say involved. So, I've got nothing down here, have I? Let's leave those. Bitterness evident in Tehran courtroom. Bitterness evident. Rancor. Okay, good old, nice, good hidden word there. Fire. Judge in middle of week with court evacuated. Eject. Obviously one boards without trying to push in. Obviously one boards without trying to push in, is that? So just obviously, whether obviously, of course, one boards without trying to push in. Not sure about that. Right. Well, that isn't bad, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trees mostly concealing a resistance unit. Oh gosh. Crops. Unit. What units do I know? The Tesla hasn't got an R in it. Resistance. Yeah, resistance is an R, isn't it? So there's going to be an R in there. I don't know where. Maybe there, maybe not. Excuse me. Irresolute aunts in a dither. That looks like it could be an anagram. We've got 4, 6, 8, 10, 15. It could be fatal. Gosh, what's that going to be? Is it irresolute aunts? 7 and 8. I'm gonna write it down. What the heck? Sometimes you just got to say what the heck. Irresolute aunts. AUNTS. It could be fatal. I can't see any obvious kind of things jumping out of those letters to me. Okay, I'm going to cross off an N and C though. An N and E even. Okay. Good pay. Well, good includes workers receiving a raise. Anything else achieve good? Pay would be wages. Includes workers, which would be ants. Gant tries. Gant. Pay. Pay is to foot the bill. I'll leave that G there. Not sure about that really. I think that's what you can do with the G though for good. Or good rather. Article on Europeans welcoming British performers. Welcoming British performers. There's a B for British. Welcoming British gives performers. Article B, A and says, which Europeans have been S. Because we've got performers. Is it A or an? Could just be so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. An or A. I think I'm going to leave the A there. I hope it's not the, because I think the looks a bit unlikely. Poles is always the favoured one for Europeans. Swedes. Italians, Spanish, French. Yeah, I mean Brits. Can't be Brits, can it? Insane writers written about shock treatment. Well, shock treatment is ECT, electroconvulsive therapy. Although we're probably talking about heck, aren't we? Shock treatment. Insane is mad. Is that mad with... What is it? Is me or I? Mad. Could be mad with me around it, I suppose. But what that is for shock treatment, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to leave that in there because I think it probably goes there for mad. Harmless, getting inebriated a little on way north. Harmless. Getting inebriated a little is tipsy. Doesn't really work. Harmless is don't know. Can't think of a word. I can't even think what will go there really. Gee, if it's a little way north, a. That's an A. Can't see what that's. Harmless. Getting inebriated, drunk. Excuse me. High. High could be there, can it? That was an H for high. I would have thought so. Let's leave it there for now. Can come back. Book about coxed pear. Coxed pear. Is that apples? Apple. Of a. Let's go with on to a. It could be to a. Passage to India. No. What is that going to be? Book. That's something to do with rowing, is it? Could be of a. Gotta take that out. 10 of a. Don't know. One's death possibly memorialised here. That looks like an anagram, doesn't it? Headstone. Gosh, suddenly there's words that just blom in there when it's an easy-ish clue. Offset cop. With Italian. Cop it. Oh, hang on. Horses. I mean, it can't be an all-in-one, can it? Don't know how it works. What was that? Nobody moving east for such bright lights. If we leave, I'm going to leave that as cop. I don't think it is, but just trying to think of any horses. That T doesn't have to be there either, does it? Really? Scripture worthily translated. Worthily. Okay, that looks like a. Possibly that is a Y then from Tory. Feels like that should be story, really. That's a tall story. Law story. Tall story. Yeah, it's a Tory. Tall story. Stall Tory. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Put back in the T and the Y. That's good though. Got some letters in there. Scripture worthily. Excuse me. What have I got here then? I think worthily is almost certainly an anagram there. W-O-R-T-H-I-L-Y. I've got rid of the Y. Why? With. No. Rancor's good as well. Got rid of the R and the Y. What can go there? Can't be L. I mean, could be an R, W, could be. T's most likely, isn't it? Can't be H. Can't be L. Could be O. Could be I. Scripture. Ah, okay, so it's a scripture word, is it? Could be writ, which makes that the Holy Writ. Okay, I'll go with Holy Writ. I don't know if I've heard of that or not really, but it seems like the kind of phrase. Ran off with moped, sorry. Moped or moped. Ran off is an anagram of ran. Moped is 5 letters. That would be about right. Ran off with moped. There's an N there. Deary me or something. Something me, I think that is. Randomly. Pardon me, there we are. That was the word I was looking for. Pardon me, good. Maintain the speaker's a sure thing. That's assert, isn't it? Yeah, assert like that, I think. Maintain, sound like. Good. Trying to gain favour with commanding officers, of course. You carry favour. Commanding officers, cozy up. Why would that be cozy up? Well, commanding officers would be COS, and yup would be the rest of it. Okay, alright, that's going well. I have to say I'm quite pleased with that. Almost losing night in advance. Almost losing night in advance. Alone. Almost losing. That's just there needs to be an N in a word for advance. Advance is the N. I don't think the N can go. It could be unwrit. Not quite go there though. Yeah, it could be an E or something, I suppose, or NY. Don't know. Okay, well, yeah, that's gone a lot better actually once I got through that. That bottom half's looking nice. Right, let's have a look at the crosses. There we go. Dodgy dealer putting note on Maserati. Dodgy dealer is 3. A note. Do re mi fa sol la ti. Maserati. I would think it's probably dodgy dealer is the thing. What? I'm going to put car back in there. I'm not convinced of it. Which would give me R. I've got rid of an E from that long anagram. I'm just going to cross out my holy writ, rather. Crossword. Give me an R in there. Definitely there's an L in there. Still no. Irresolute answer. It could be fatal. Would be rainstorm. No. Raisin. Reason. Resting. Rustin. Roust. Yeah, I'm guessing for an R, aren't I? Which doesn't really have any consequence. Definitely got rid of an L and an E though. L-N-E. Just double checking what I've actually crossed out. Stall. Wall. Got rid of a RAL there. Not getting anywhere on that one. So that car, dodgy dealer, car, something. Can't think what that would be. This one, good pay. Okay, forget that for now. Right, H, going round church. Adorch, porch, lot. Church is just C. Round would be O. Ad would be, bill would be ad, adorch. Doesn't really work. Lot, epoch, P. This one was just rubbish, as I put it. That was an O, wasn't it? Yeah, okay. Book about coxed pair. 3 men in a boat. How can that be a pair? But I think it is 3 men in a boat. Is it 3 men in a boat? Am I remembering that correctly? Let's look at these ones down here that I've got some letters for. Poignant. Dropping leader. Okay, it's just... Is that anagram of poignant? Could be. I haven't got an E in there. Dopamine. I hope that would be dopamine. Not sure about that one. Right, leader's case. This one, Vice Admiral departs Harrow, sorry. Harrow. Vice Admiral is a VA. Leaves. Can't be leaves, can it? Harrow. Oh, is that harrowing as it? It's something that's harrowing, like. Yeah, maybe it is. What's this then? Obviously, patent. Without trying to push in. Obviously, it's patently. Patiently now. Patiently, okay, nice. Almost losing is nearly. Early for being in advance, okay. Yep. Is that Drake? Vice Admiral. Is that the name of a Vice Admiral? Departs. Could departs be a D for dies? D's. Departs. Harrow. Don't know, that one I'm not sure about. Right, well, it's looking good down the bottom now, 21 minutes in. Let's have a look at this. Storeroom. Say. Is E.G. I think. Involved in case of burglary. Storeroom. Maybe not. Backroom. Also with Italian horses. If that was a beef burglary, then that would be surely be a table, wouldn't it? But why horses? No idea. If that was a P, nobody moving east for such bright lights. Bright lights, stars. Yeah, not much going on there. Let's go. What are here with my three and men? Bill going around church. So that's just a bill going backwards, isn't it? It's a tab, which gives you a batch, which is a lot. Okay, that'll go with. Harmless is benign, for some reason. That must be Minorca as an island, I'd imagine. Hunter, stalking soldiers. Menorca. Okay, the orca being a whale. Benign was a hidden word backwards, I think. Benign, yeah. Okay. Excuse me. So that probably is mad, isn't it? Insane is writers written about. Pen, P, me, I'm. Shock treatment, mad. Written about, I'm. What's the name of a writer in particular? Shock treatment. Remedy. Treatment is remedy. About is re. I can't decode that if it is remedy, which makes me think about shock. Is it ECT? ECT, or is there another one? EME. Med. Med is treatment. Shock treatment. Remedy. Not sure about that. I'm going to leave it like that. I think that I'm going to put that as insane. Remade. What it's written about could be me. What was in that? Dodgy dealer. Putting note on Maserati. No. One wrongly taken. Oh, gosh, that one. This one, good pay including. No. Somebody stuffed at the moment, aren't I? Trees mostly. Plants, plan. Mostly concealing resistance unit. My units are my units. Assume we're looking for a unit of scientific unit, and actually probably resistance units just send you towards that. So it probably isn't looking for one of those. It's probably looking for a group or something. Group. It could be a group. Group. How would that be? Trees. Cow. I can have a swig of tea. Excuse me. Right, I had a swig of tea. Just looking at this one here actually, because if I can get that, that'll really help me out, I think. Well, I'm just thinking, is that gallery? Storeroom as a gallery could be, say as e.g. though, involved in case of burglary. Doesn't really seem right. Irresolute aunts in a dither. There's so many S's and T's in this one. 2 R's, 2 S's and 2 T's. 2 U's. 2 U's. E-A-I-O-U. Oh, every vowel, basically. Russian roulette. Ah, nice. How did that pop out of anywhere? Right, battery. What's that? Battery. Russian. Let's get Russian in there. Oh, okay. Car. Cat burglar. Is that a battery storeroom? Could be, couldn't it? Involved in case of burglary. Say. Utter. Buttery. Buttery. I think that's a buttery. I'm going to go with that being a buttery. No idea what that is. I mean, all those letters are correct, aren't they? Constable, I suppose. Constable. Italian. Horses or houses? Constable. Officer is a constable. With is con in, and horses is stable, I suppose. So yeah. Okay. Nobody. Moving east. For such bright lights. No one. Noon. Yeah, I think that's noon, isn't it? I think because you take off the E, becomes so no one becomes noon without an E, and bright light must be bright at noon, mustn't it? Or can be. Go around in 2-2. Not sure what to do with that. One wrongly taking stone. Well, that's probably ST there, isn't it? One wrongly. Interesting that R fits in with whatever I had. I could just cross off that on my pad actually. I haven't got anything else written on my pad to decode now. So that's gone okay. 28 minutes. There's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 7.5 maybe. I'm probably going to bung Drake in there because I don't know what else to put in really. Vice Admiral. Departs. Harrow. Harrowing experience is awful. I can't think what that'll be. Let's just go through quickly. BNM. Nothing will fit in there apart from H might, I suppose. KL. No. PO. Diane. I think assuming D is departs. Dies. Maybe it's dies. Dies to depart. There's no S though. Dwayne. So Drake feels like it's the most likely, but I don't really know. Is Sir Francis Drake, was he a vice admiral? I would have thought not, because he led the armada. So, and is Harrow rake? Harrow, is that a raking action? Not sure. This one, poignant is dropping leader's case. Solitaire. Okay. I mean, the A could be T. It could be an A. It could be articles. This one an article on European welcoming British performers, acrobats. They are acrobats, Croats. Just biffed it. Acrobats, Croats. Right. So what is that? That's going to be a air. Yeah, I'm assuming that's rare an R, aren't I? Dodgy dealer. Don't know. Okay, what's this? Monster. By His Majesty. I think it must be CR, mustn't it? Taking stone. Oh, maybe it's wrongly taking stone, imprisoned by His Majesty. Maybe stone is customer. Is it an anagram of stone? I mean, that would only be an O or an E, wouldn't it? Consume, can't be really. TSN and an E. No. Kevin Costner. I don't think Kevin Costner's going to be cropping up in that as an answer. I've got C, haven't I? Oh, well, I've got C then. What have I got? I mean, that car could be wrong, couldn't it? Trees, cacti, unit. I've really got no proof that's CAR. But I don't know what else to do with Maserati, because I think Maserati can only really be a car. So I think car, putting note on the end of Maserati car. Card sharp is the old classic. Okay, sharp being a note. And what is okay? Let's go back to this again. CR trees. Mostly grove, forest, wood, trees. I mean, can it just be a bunch of like ashes and oaks? Oh no. Okay, well, I've not got too much. I've only got 4 left up there, and that one down there, and Drake, which I'm always certain to go for that. Good pay. Good pay includes. Is it a sinecure again? I say, is it a sinecure because I saw that in another crossword. Sinecure is good pay. Includes workers receiving raise. Kevin Costner fitting in nicely. One wrongly taking stone. If that was sinecure, I don't think it is, but because I can't decode it, and most of the clues I can decode. That's pomade, isn't it? Yeah, going around mad. I don't know what pomade is, but I have heard of it. It's a treatment for your hair, I think, pomade. Workers, okay, let's think what workers are. Workers are hands, receiving raise. Ants, hands. Go round in 2-2. I don't think that's a hidden word. I don't know what 2-2 is. Obviously a ballet kind of dress really, but therefore what it would be in 2-2. No. Just wondering if it's a musical term 2-2, but I'm thinking of 2T. Can't remember what that means everybody plays. Trees, mostly concealing a resistance unit. A. Maybe one wrongly taking stone imprisoned by His Majesty. C. If that was C, then that would have to be resistance, would be there, wouldn't it? Unless it, because current is I. I'm pretty certain resistance is R. Trees. Brain's gone to sleep on trees. Cashier. I'm looking for the name of a specific stone here, really. What is it? HR, HM. His Royal Majesty, HRM. His, has. If that was an H, I don't think it is, but if it was, I can put an R there, can't I? So I don't think that's going to be an H. Assumer. Taking stone. I think stone has to be ST. But what to do with the rest of this? Is it Chaz? Charles? Chaser? Good pay. Includes workers receiving raise. So that was just as a word for workers. And raise would be lift or up. Or is it putting the word receiving up? Go round in 2-2. Trees mostly concealing resistance unit. Right, I'm going to put the video on pause while I have a little swig of tea and think to myself. Almost immediately back, because I had a CR there, I thought if I put an R there, then that would become Rustler, wouldn't it? Which would be simple. But of course I'm now stuck in. Salaried, I think. No, salary. Salary, good pay, includes workers. Receiving a raise. Can't be salary. Yes, good pay is for salary, I think. Workers are B. Salary. Raise. Salary. Ants. Saltnary. Don't know. Okay, maybe that's a wrong thing, but what's going on over here? Cops. Corpse. Yeah, cops. And I said cops, I think. Cool. Cops immediately and then never really figured it through. Go around in a 2-2. Spin. What do you do? Give us a twirl. Can't be twirl, can it? Cause. Cops without the E on it. Yeah, cool. Spins. If that was spins. Raise. Workers are only bees or ants normally. Or is it pay? Maybe it's a word meaning pay. Word meaning good. With I don't even know what it'll be really. Pay would be salary. Or is it their salary? Pay includes workers, but what are workers at 2 letters? Receiving a raise. Ants and bees, but aren't really. I would have said that was twirl until I had that, apart from the fact I've got an S there. I think that's what it is. What do you do if you go around in a 2-2 where you spin? Salco. plie. Goes round though, because it can't be an S on the end because it's go round. If it was goes round, then I'd put an S there. Go round. Style. Smile. Skirt. Skirt. Go around the block. Yeah, okay. Let's have a look at this. Salutary. Trade union. Okay. Salutary, which just leaves these two over here. I'm going to put Drake in there. I really don't know. I'm going to have a little think about this for a while. A little bit of a poignant is nostalgic. Dropping leader. Nostalgic. What can that be? Poignant. Poignant is Mo. Dropping leader. Poignant dropping leader suggests it needs to be a word that begins with something before this letter. In which case, there's not much goes before a W, apart from a vowel. EO doesn't work. RO. Rotor. And case is a so we're going for case here, I think. Whatever that might be. I mean, to be fair, pretty much everything else I've been able to unravel the wordplay on, so if I can get this. Is that headstone? 2 E's. One's death, yep, headstone. Tiv, positive, is it the case of like tenses or whatever in grammatical case, which would be nominative. What would nominative be? If it was nominative, let's take out that letter for now. If that was nominative, I don't think it is, but if it was nominative, what would that be for a poignant? Poignant wouldn't be nominative though, would it? Emotive. So mo. Or is it dropping the leader, which makes it mote, emotive? No. Poignant, emotional. Right, I'll just pause while I think to myself. Okay, on my alphabet trawl I came up with volatile going in here, and I thought, well, maybe it could be evocative, which would fit what I was trying to say. Evocative, vocative? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going with that. Nah, didn't think it's quite right. I think it's probably Drake's, if wrong, if anything, if that isn't. Oh! Oh, it's neon. Oh! Blast! Okay. That's a little bit frustrating to have messed up that one. Considering noon being kind of right, I didn't think it was entirely right because bright lights for noon. Nobody moving east. No one. So E. Don't really understand. Okay, well let's go on. Let's go through the clues as best I can. So yeah, a dodgy dealer is a card sharp. A note is a sharp, so you get F sharp, G sharp, or whatever on pianos and so on in music. So note on the end of oh, D sharp. D sharp is the note. D sharp, and that's going on a Maserati, on the end of Maserati, which is car. Bill going around is tab backwards. So the tab is the bar bill, and ch for church on the end of that gives you a batch, which is a lot. One wrongly taking is a rustler, so someone who steals cattle, for example. St for stone is an imperial abbreviation of the imperial measurement. Imprisoned by His Majesty, well, His Majesty is the ruler. Menorca is an island, part of Spain and in the Mediterranean, I think. Hunter is an orca, as in a whale, orca whale, stalking soldiers, which is men, or who are men. Go round in tutu. So yeah, a tutu is a type of skirt, so it's ballet skirt, and if you go round the issue, you might be skirting the issue. Gradually acquire qualifications, you say. So we've got a sound alike here of to acquire qualifications. So you are buying degrees, and if you go buy degrees, spelt that way, then you're gradually doing something. Material is concrete, as in material facts, concrete facts. At one time is once, but it's mainly, so take the E off of once and then put that in the Greek island of Crete. Right, a note is a memo, as in a memorandum. Motorway is an M, and then a sign briefly coming back is an omen without the N on it, going backwards. Right, this one. Nobody moving east for such bright lights. Well, neon is a bright light, fair enough. Moving east. I assume that's meant to be neon. Oh, none. None, of course it is. It's not no one, it's none. That's what stuffed me up. So nobody's none. Move the E into there, gives you neon. Ah, okay. Yep, makes sense. Poignant, I think, is evocative. Drop the lead, it becomes vocative or vocative. Vocative, which is a case. Now I'm assuming that's some kind of English grammar term. I don't know. Good old Spoonerism where we swap the sounds. So Spooner saying delay right winger. So it seems unlikely. It seems unlikely is definition. That's a tall story. When you tell someone a pack of lies, really a big tall story. So therefore Spooner will be stalling the Tory. Stall Tory. Delay, stall, and right winger is a Tory. Right, I'm assuming Sir Francis Drake was a Vice Admiral, and D for departs, and harrow. You rake over the coals, it's a harrowing experience. I don't know about that a little bit there, but I think that's probably how it works. A storeroom is a buttery. Well, I guess that's where you keep dairy products, maybe even butter, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm pretty certain it is actually. I'm thinking maybe it's on the farm somewhere. Say is to utter, going involved in the case of burglary. The case of burglary is B and the Y from burglary. Bitterness is rancor. Evident in is your hidden word that it's indicated that it's across Tehran courtroom. To fire someone is to eject them, and eject bullets maybe, fire bullets. Excuse me. Judge is J in the middle of week, so we've got the middle of week is in middle of week. Yes, the middle of week is double E, and then put the J into that. Gives you EJE, and then court evacuate is take out the letters from court, which gives you CT. Obvious is patently. It's patently obvious. One board to put an I in there gives you patiently, and patiently is someone who tries not to push in. When someone tries not to push in. Trees are a copse. Trees are a copse, and but we're mostly after most of that. So take the E off, and then conceal an R for resistance gives you a corps, which is a unit, an army unit kind of thing. Excuse me. Irresolute answer is an anagram of Russian roulette. Inner dither is your anagram indicator, and Russian roulette could be fatal. Depends how what. It depends what your luck is on that one. Good pay is good is salutary. I think we've got pay is salary. Workers are the trade union or a trade union receiving a raise. So put that upwards gives you the UT. An article is an A. Europeans are Croats. Well, Europeans, sorry, are Croats, people from Croatia. welcoming B for British, which gives you performers who are acrobats. Insane is mad. Writers written about, so we've got Edgar Allan Poe going around mad, which gives you shock treatment. So in this sense, shock is your hair, and pomade is I think it's a kind of something from the 40s or 50s, a treatment for hair, kind of maybe a hair oil. I don't know for certain. I think I saw it come up in the QC about 3 years ago. Harmless is benign, which is a hidden word backwards in inebriated, starting in inebriated, going back into getting. A little is your hidden word indicator, and on the way north, because it's a down glue, then going north, if you would write that downwards, that means it's reversed. Book about a coxed pair. Okay, yeah, of course. So yeah, Three Men in a Boat is a book. I can't remember who it's by. I've not read it so much. And a coxed pair is two rowers with a cox, which makes them three men in a boat. Question mark, because a coxed pair could also be a female. Females in a boat. One's death is an anagram of headstone, possibly as your anagram indicator, and headstones where you might be memorialised. Officer is a constable. With in Italian is the word con. I can remember saying con gas, which means with gas in the with bubbly, with sparkles or whatever, when I was in Italy. Con and sin is without. Horses are a stable. Scripture is the Holy Writ, I guess, which is an anagram of worthily, translated as your anagram indicator. We've got an anagram of ran moped. Off with is your anagram indicator, and sorry is pardon me. To maintain something, you maintain your viewpoint. You're asserting your viewpoint. The speaker's is saying it's a sound like of a sure thing, so a cert as in a certainty, which would be a C in there somewhere. Try to gain favour with is to cozy up. Commanding officers are COs, and of course is yup. And finally, almost is nearly, losing N for knight, so knight is N in chess notation because K is the king, which gives you, take the N off from nearly becomes early, which is in advance. So there we go, all done for just under 46 minutes with the one error. Took me a long time to do that once I solved it, so I'm not too down on missing out on that one. Anyway, there we go. Thanks for watching.